Hi everyone, it's Nicole, and I have one final layout using the February Scraptastic kit. This was the 28th layout. It took me 55 minutes to complete, and as you can tell, all there is a bunch of scraps. And there was a couple of those cards. It was actually a pattern paper that had 3x4 cards, and I cut them down to all 3x4 cards, and I had quite a bit left, so I want to use a couple on this layout. Actually, I used 3, and then I also want to use more stickers from the sticker sheet. Now this is pictures of our camping trip that we had done in 2006. We had gone to, was it 2006? I'm gonna have to check the year on that. I don't think it was that long ago. I think it was 2008, actually. 2008. And we had gone to Boston, and my son wasn't too comfortable with his bike, and him and my daughter she was walking beside him, running, and he was coming down the hill, and when they got to the bottom of the hill, there was a whole family that was walking on the road, and they were taking the whole road, and they didn't move, so he had like nowhere to go, and he went off into where there was gravel and wiped out, and just his knee was just ripped, to shreds. And my daughter at the time was like 15 years old, and we had gone to get groceries and stuff, so we weren't even there. So she carried him to the trailer, which they were almost there. I think they were only like 4 trailers away or something like that. So she carried him and got his bike, and then she cleaned him all up. She went into our medical bag and, cleaned up his wound and dressed it all up. And so by the time we got home or got back, she had everything under control, and so she was quite the little hero, and that's why I put one of the stickers that I chose was Little Hero, because that's how I'm going to end my journaling. And there was a die cut that was a cut apart, and that was a bike. And on the sticker sheet, there was a die cut that was also a bike, so I'm going to use that. There was another 3x4 sheet that had the stripes, and I'm going to use that at the end of the photos to kind of anchor them. I had a scrap of navy blue cardstock. I'm going to mount the photos on that. I cut down my photos quite a bit because I wanted 3 photos, kind of him biking, and then sort of the wipeout mark, and then his knee. And I wanted to make sure that, I document that. And it was kind of funny because, not this story, but we just came back from, my daughter had a competition in Ontario, and it was an 18-hour drive from where we are. So we went the whole family, and we brought her boyfriend along. And 18 hours, you got tons of time to talk. And they just started dating actually like December 31st. So it's still fairly new, like 4 or 5 months, and 4 months, I guess. And so they're still kind of learning stuff about themselves. And so there was quite a few stories that we kind of came up with during the trip. And I was thinking, these stories are not documented anywhere, and they were hilarious. Like, we had tears running down our face. So I was thinking of ways that I could maybe scrap these stories without actually having pictures for them. So you'll be seeing some of these layouts done, and how I'm going to come up with the different things on how to scrap these stories, because I really want them in scrapbooks, because I know when they get older and their kids, they have kids and their kids read these stories, they're going to be bent in half, like laughing, because some of these stories are really funny. and just things that have happened to us over the years. So I'm really excited that I thought, it made me think of that on the trip. And I took tons of photos on the trip. And then when I got home, I was like, oh, well, why didn't I take pictures of this and that? So now I have to come up with ways also how I can, because there's stuff that happened that I didn't take pictures of. And it's stuff that is sticking out in my mind now. So I really want to scrap them. So I got to find out ways to come up with stuff for that too. So here again, just little pieces of pattern papers left. This is the last layout. I've already done the Killer Kit video. I've dismantled the kit. What I do is I put the remnants of, and I try to keep it by, like if it was a fancy pants die cut pack, I try to keep those together, but I put it in a little baggie. And then I'm going to keep those baggies somewhat close to my desk, and I'm going to try and use them in the next few kits and stuff. If I, can't find something, I'll go there before I look into my stash. Now there was a transparency left, and it was a black transparency. I cut it in 5 pieces, and even down to just the word that said I love you, and because I was going to end up throwing it out. So I just cut it out, and I'm going to put it on top of that journaling card. Oh, there was one of the cats. I didn't know he was in my room because I usually shut my door so that you guys don't hear any background noises. And one of the cats must have snuck in here before I shut the door. Anyway, he just scared the living daylights out of me. I want to use those thickers on this layout because I hadn't used them yet, and this was the last layout. So I took a Copic marker and in navy because I wanted it to coordinate with the page, and I'm going to ink all, and it's a foam thicker, and so it took the ink quite well. And a few kits ago I did that quite a bit with one of the thickers, and I don't know why I didn't think of it sooner, because I probably would have used these a whole lot more in this kit. But I'll again, in the next kit there's quite a bit of alphas in the kit, but if there's none that are alterable, then I'll go to these first and alter them, since I realized that. And where there were kind of cream on the side too, I had to make sure to take my marker and go on the inside and the outside to make sure that there was no cream left. And that worked out really good. So then I just leave it alone and kind of work on the rest of the layout while they dry. And they dry pretty quickly because, again, it's foam, so it was sucking in the ink really well. Now I'm going to start gluing everything down. And then my husband called me for supper. Isn't he great? I said, oh, I really need to do a scrapbook page. And he said, oh, you go upstairs and you do that, and I'll get supper ready while you're doing that. And so I got a good, 30 some minutes done on the layout while he was getting supper ready. 30-40 minutes. And then when I came back, all I had to do was put the rest of it together, which worked out really well. So I ended up being able to do 2 pages yesterday, and today's Saturday, April 19th, and I'm doing 2 voiceover right in a row. I just finished one, and I'm doing this one, and then I'm going to try and do a couple, hopefully 3 layouts today. I don't know if that'll work out. It usually takes me about an hour to do a layout, which, it's only 11 here. So technically I should be able to, but it's the fact that my battery keeps dying that makes it that usually I can only do 2 layouts a day. So to glue down those little pieces, I love using my Scotch Quick Dry adhesive. And I'm going to glue my title right there, and then I'm going to use that little arrow that came from the sticker sheet from Echo Park. And I did use quite a bit of stickers from that sticker sheet. There's the bike, the word dude, a couple of little banners in yellow and one in black, and then another banner that says so happy when I'm with you, and then the bullseye that I used as part of, a layering element, and then that little hero sticker, the arrow, and what else? The tag that said genuine boy, and so a ton of sticker. I use that 7 Gypsy roller stamp again, and this time it says remember, and I'm stamping it like 3 different times so that it looks a little messy. And now I'm going to use a very fine marker, and these ones are from Close to My Heart, so I use the 0.1, and I was going to start drawing lines, and I thought, well, I don't know how many, because I knew the journaling was going to be long, because I wanted to, the whole story that I just said about that he wasn't comfortable biking, and then that there was people right in the middle of the road and they didn't move, so he had nowhere to go, and he ended up crashing, and then that his sister took care of them, and that we weren't even there. We were gone to get groceries. So I put that whole story down, and I didn't know how many lines I was going to need, so I didn't want to draw any more than I needed. So I started my story, and now I'm going to draw lines as I need them. And then the last line is she was quite the hero, and I'm just going to put quite, and then I'm going to put an arrow that points to that little die cut that says hero right there. And that alpha, or that exclamation point, wasn't sticking down very well, so I just use some Scotch Quick Dry Adhesive, and now I'm going to use some navy and white twine, and I'm going to do the loop-de-loop. And again, someone asked, so basically put 2 fingers together, wrap it around your fingers, and then just tuck one of the sides inside like you were tying a knot, tighten it around your fingers, and then glue it down. And now I'm going to go through my enamel dots, and then I'm going to remember that I had some left from my kit, and I'm going to use them all on this layout. And it was sort of a multicolor page, this layout, so I didn't mind. It was actually perfect. There was some green on this layout, so I used the green enamel dots that I couldn't use before. There was some orange enamel dots, and I used them. There was some cream. It worked out because the page was vanilla, and there was 1 vanilla heart, and I put it right to the next the word hero. And then I just used 1 orange enamel dot from my stash because I wanted for it to be consistent. Then I had 3 green enamel dots left from the kit, and I used them around the last cluster. 2 of them were stars and 1 was a dot. And now I'm going to take out quite a few Mr. Huey. I'm going to do navy, a green, and an orange. So I did 3 colors, and I just splattered it around the layout. And now I'm going to show you close-ups of each little clusters. First, sort of a picture of the whole layout, and then each cluster. And then at the very end, I kind of gave you angle pictures to kind of show you that by adding foam tape and enamel dots and that kind of stuff, it does give quite a bit of a dimensional look to the page. Like right here, even the twine, it does give a dimensional look, and I love that look. And you can't really see that when you just take a picture straight on. So that's it. The page is done. So thanks for watching. Bye.